Hello friends, today we discuss one of the lossless compression technique, that is Facsimile encoding. Okay, so this Facsimile, which in short we can say a Facsimile in short called as fax, is a document which is sent over telephone lines. A document is sent over telephone lines. It's called as a fax. As you already all of you see about the heard about the fax machine, so it is just similar to that. Okay, so in this we scan a document and we send the sender sends that document over the telephone line, and the receiver receives that document over the telephone line itself. Okay, and second point is that for this Facsimile encoding, a page is scanned into a sequence of black and white pixels. Okay, so this is the introduction, that in this, what is a fax machine? It's a document which we scan over and we send into a sequence of black and white pixel, and we send over the telephone line. Now there are several indicators of this fax capability. First is group, class, data transmission, and the important part is conference with ITU-T recommendation. Okay, so what is this ITU? It's a United Nations specialized agency for information and communication technology. So according to these indicators, group, class, data transmission, and this with this ITU-T recommendation, the fax encoding are divided into 4 groups. Okay, so in this we talk about groups, in which we have group 1, okay, second is group 2, third is group 3, and last one is group 4. These group 1 and group 2, okay, these group 1 and group 2 were sent in the same manner as a frame of analog television. So these group 1 and group 2 is working is same. We send this for group 1 and group 2, we send the document as a frame of analog television, which with each scan line transmitted as a continuous analog signal, whereas this group 3 and group 4 are digital formats. And it take the advantage of digital compression method, which greatly reduce the transmission time. Group 3 and group 4, they are in the digital format. So in this we reduce by using the digital compression methods, we reduce the transmission time. Okay, so now we discuss all these 4 groups in detail. So I will explain the important point about this group, that group 1 and group 2 work as a frame of analog television, whereas group 3 and group 4 are sent as digital format, which take the advantage of the digital compression method, which greatly reduce the transmission times. Okay, so first we discuss about the group 1. So this group 1 say that group 1 faxes to the ITU-T recommendation, which is a UN specialized agency, that is T.2. So this group 1 faxes to the ITU-T recommendation T.2. Second point is that group 1 faxes takes 6 minutes. Group 1 takes 6 minutes to transmit a single page to transmit a single page. So the important point is that it's the recommendation for group 1 is T.2 and it takes the 6 minutes to transmit a single page with a vertical resolution, having a vertical resolution of 96 scan line per inch. Okay. So in group 1, the important part is that it's a recommendation that is T.2 and it takes 6 minutes to transmit a single page with a vertical resolution of 96 scan line per inch. But this group 1 fax machine are now obsolete from the market and we are no longer manufactured. We are no longer manufactured. So after this group 1, the next group comes, that is group 2. But group 2 and group work is working is same. We that in group 2 itself, we send the data or we send the document as a frame of analog television. But there is a slight difference between group 2 and in this group 2, it have a recommendation of ITU, recommendation of T.30 and T.3. So group 2 having a recommendation of T.30 and T.3. Second, in group 1 where we send a single page in a 6 minutes, but in group 2 we send the same page, it takes 3 minutes. So in group 2, faxes take 3 minutes to transmit a single page, and with the same vertical resolution of 96 scan line per inch. So these group 2 machine also are also obsolete from the market and they are no longer manufactured, but this group 2 machines can interoperate with group 3 fax machine. So this group 2, the important part is that this group 2 is also absolute from the market, but this group 2 machines can interoperate with group 3 machines, group 3 fax machines. Okay. So this is all about group 2 Facsimile encoding. Now we talk about next group, that is group 3. As we already discussed that group 3 and group 4 are faxes in a digital format and it takes the advantage of digital compression methods which reduce the transmission time. Now see how we reduce this transmission time in group 3. In group 3, first is that it have a recommendation of ITU recommendation, that is T.4. Okay. Next point is these faxes machine takes in between 6 to 15 seconds, where group 1 takes 6 minutes, group 2 takes 3 minutes, but group 3 takes between 6 to 15 seconds to transmit a single page. Because group 3 works, faxes are in a digital format. It sends the data in the digital format, whereas in group 1 and group 2, it sends the data in an analog format. Okay. So in the group 3 takes time between 6 to 15 seconds to transmit a single page. Okay. And the important part is in group 3 that this T.4 recommendation specify two compression method will decrease the amount of data that need to be transmitted between the fax machine to transfer the image. So these two methods are, first method is modified Hoffman, which we called as MH, and second compression method is modified read we called as MR. Okay, so see what is the basic difference between group 3 and group 2, that the time to transmit a single page reduces in group 3. In group 2, we take 3 minutes to transmit a single page, whereas in group 3, it takes only 6 to 15 seconds. And in this, we also use two specified compression method, which reduce the amount of data that need to be transmitted between the fax machine to transfer that particular image. And the last group is group 4. Now this group 4 have a recommendation of ITU, T recommendation, and there are many recommendations in group 4. First is T.563, T.503, T.521, T.6, T.62, T.70, T.72, T.411 to T.417. So these are all the recommendation which was given by ITU T recommendation in the group 4 itself. Now this group 4 are designed to operate over 64k bits per second. That is a digital ISDN circuit. It operates over 64 kilobits per second digital ISDN circuits. And where this T.6 recommendation add a further compression type. This T.6 recommendation adds a further compression type, that is modified read, that is MMR. So this, in group 4, this T.6 recommendation add a further compression technique which we called as a modified read MMR, which simply allow a greater number of lines to be encoded by this MR than in T.4. Okay, so these are 4 groups: group 1, group 2, group 3 and group 4, which these all 4 groups are used in the Facsimile encoding, which is a fax in which we scan a document in a sequence of black and white pixel and we send this document over the telephone line. These groups only describe that which group takes how much time to send a data or send a document with how much speed, or that how much resolution is there for a particular document. So I hope you understand this Facsimile encoding. And if you like our video, then please subscribe our channel and share to your friends and to your classmates. Thanks for watching.